Maria.
And I'm Nato.
And we are comprometidos.
And that means engaged.
Nato and I met 6 years ago on the dance floor. I'm Mexican, so I love dancing.
I can do 2 steps.
He's learning. I never in a million years thought that I would meet the love of my life, salsa dancing in Canada.
I couldn't believe that I'd never seen her before because we were studying medicine at the same school. It was very refreshing to date someone who has the same goals, who has the same profession, and now we both work together in the same building as family physicians. Have a great day.
Being both doctors, I think we get each other.
We both love our profession, but it is a very busy and demanding occupation.
We always try to cook dinner together. That's a must.
Cheers.
Cheers. We love to explore new things, learn new cultures. We both love to travel. Now that we're settled in our careers, we're ready to get married. I mean, we've been engaged for 2 years.
And now that we're ready, I do want to make sure that the process is very easy. And that's why we need Tommy's help.
Por favor, help us, Tommy.
So many decisions go into creating the dream wedding, but it all starts with the perfect location. I'm design and property expert Tommy Smythe, and I'll take couples to 3 unique and unexpected spaces, showing them how their fantasy wedding can come to life before their eyes, so they can make the biggest decision of all. Where to? I do. Today I'm meeting with Maria and Fortunato. I'm super excited to meet them. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this. Tommy?
Maria.
Hi,
and
nice to meet
Fortunato.
you.
Hi, you can call me Nato.
Okay, have a seat. So you're getting married.
Yes, finally. We've been engaged for almost 2 years.
Why so long?
We're both family doctors.
Right.
Our practices are very busy, and we really had the wedding part on the back burner. We weren't in a rush.
I'm glad to hear that your priority is taking care of other people, but of course it's time to take care of yourselves now and actually focus on this day.
I always wanted to get married at a hacienda,
Because Maria's from Mexico.
Okay?
which is this beautiful colonial mansion. But we decided not to go to Mexico.
I feel like having it here would be a lot easier.
We have to make sure that the 2 of you can have your special day, but not have to be that hands-on. You're Mexican. What is your background?
Italian.
Whoa. Okay, so is this going to be a battle of the cuisines, or are we going to blend?
We're gonna blend.
Blend, yeah.
The combination is tacos and tagliatelle. I can do that. So I had the 2 of you send me some inspirational images. That is a pretty picture. This has you written all over it.
I'm looking for something that looks historical, that has beautiful architecture.
Love that. And what about this?
So I'm going more for the burgundies, the blushes, the golds.
I want the guests to have a good time. I want the service to be good. I want the food to be excellent. I want to be lots of drinks.
Italians are all about entertaining.
Yes.
And if we can get all that stuff into one venue, we have ourselves a wedding.
And most important, stress-free and easy.
I get that. You have stressful jobs.
Yes.
Any thoughts on venue itself?
Nothing too modern.
Okay.
A venue that brings in lots of natural light.
I just hope it's not a banquet hall.
Okay. How many guests are you thinking of having?
Roughly 180. We're having guests coming from Mexico, and we would want to show them around. That's why being around the city is one of the important aspects of the venue as well.
Ceremony in the venue or outside the venue?
So I think for simplicity's sake, I would want to have the ceremony at the venue.
Formal sit-down dinner?
Definitely.
Open bar?
Of course, open bar.
Yeah.
Now the big question. What's the budget?
We're thinking roughly 80,000.
So we want an historic venue, amazing food, great wine, really stress-free, but with personal touches.
That sounds exactly like what we want.
I'm a good listener, and I think I can do this. The goal here is somewhat grande, maybe even venti. A little Mexican, a little Italian. See how I did that? Next time we see each other, we're gonna be touring your first venue.
Exciting.
Great to meet you
so
both.
much.
Excellent to meet you.
Awesome.
Take care.
See you soon.
See you.
Today I'm starting off with an old factory that's been redesigned and reimagined in a Spanish historic style. Maria is going to flip. Hacienda Saria is just an hour and a half outside of Toronto. This area is not a well-known tourist destination, but it is giving us our hacienda, so worth driving to.
Are we lost?
I don't know. I checked the address 2 or 3 times. Well, there's Tommy.
I happen to know that Maria will fall in love with this place, but she's gonna have to get past the strange neighborhood. It is an industrial park. You found me.
We
How
thought
are you?
we were lost for a second.
Did you?
How you doing?
Nato. Hi, Maria.
Hi, how are you?
This is Hacienda Saria.
Did you say hacienda?
I did say hacienda.
Where is it? Because all I see is factories around me.
Fair enough. This hacienda used to be a factory.
Okay.
There are working factories here.
It took us about an hour and a half to get here.
To be honest with you, Nato, there is no way to get a Mexican hacienda wedding in downtown Toronto. Albeit, Kitchener does not have as many tourist attractions as Toronto does. It's a very beautiful, boutique sort of sized city. Lots of accommodations available right here in this city. Only an hour and a half, which goes really quickly. Let's let the hacienda speak for itself. See?
Okay, let's do it.
Look, guys, there's the hacienda.
Wow.
Wow.
And of course, this is the garden.
Wow.
This is where your ceremony could be,
This is beautiful.
isn't it?
But I can still see the factories.
When you're looking back, you're gonna see a little bit of the factory buildings, but ideally you're only looking at each other. Okay? Your
I hope
guests
so.
are gonna be looking back at the hacienda. They're not gonna see any of that. And you'll notice that the fountain helps to drown out the noise of the factories and the trucks. Imagine saying your I do's at the beautiful building as the backdrop, with your guests on either side on these perfectly manicured lawns in this wonderfully enclosed garden.
I have to say, I'm wowed by this. I can't wait to see what's inside.
After you.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It is gorgeous.
This is beautiful.
Spectacular.
I feel like I'm back home. Look at the tiles. That looks so Mexican to me.
You're looking at meticulously researched interior architecture because the owner of this venue spent so much time in Spain.
I do feel like I'm in Europe somewhere, but there must be a catch here.
Really, the only catch here is the distance. Everything else about this venue works for you. This is my favorite thing.
That's authentic.
Okay, so come on in here. Most venues that come with decor only have a couple of options. This venue has so much to choose from. This is convenience for you, Nato, and personal touch for you, Maria. This is the main event, and it's
Wow.
pretty wild.
Wow.
This is incredible.
This is so impressive.
It feels like we're outside.
This is amazing. I feel like we're in Mexico. Are we in Mexico?
We're in Mexico, Maria.
Oh my
This is
God.
Mexico.
You've just transported us.
Tommy, I understand this is such a grandiose space, but for our guest list of 180 people, I have a reservation that they're not going to fit in here.
Let me show you what your wedding in this space could actually
okay.
look like. One long head table provides the perfect backdrop to the whole room. Lush greenery drapes down from the balconies, bringing that real, authentic hacienda touch inside as you dine under the stars.
That looks incredible.
Round tables on either side of the arches provide plenty of seating for your big guest list, transporting you to the Mexican pueblo you've always dreamed of getting married in.
Beautiful. I love it. So I feel like I want to start dancing. I can't believe we're standing in a hacienda.
But we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Of your $80,000 budget, this venue, including everything that comes with it, is approximately $45,000 to $50,000.
We still have to get people who drive an hour and a half, get a hotel, spend the night here.
Fair enough. And Maria, how do you feel about that versus...
I'm torn. I'm really torn. I love the venue. This is exactly what I wanted. This place is pretty much perfect, but could we move it to Toronto?
I still have two other venues to show you, both of which are in the city. So we're gonna see other options, but take this in one last time because the next time I see you, we'll be at our next venue.
Awesome.
Okay, great.
Today, I'm bringing Maria and Nato to One King West, one of the most prestigious addresses in downtown Toronto. This location is the definition of Central.
I think we're here. Oh,
Okay.
King West.
yes.
As far as history goes, it doesn't get more authentic than this.
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
I'm over here.
Oh, here.
Hi, how are you? We wanted a venue in the city. This is the city. This looks amazing.
You were hoping for something that was easy and convenient and centrally located and that would provide a great tourism experience. This heritage building was built in the late 19th century to house one of the most important banks in all of Canada. Now, of course, it's run as a hotel.
That is very convenient. I feel like I'm in Great Gatsby.
That's a great comparison. Without further ado, I do want to show you the room where your actual wedding reception could be, and it's right up these Gatsby stairs.
Exciting.
This is the grand banking hall.
This is incredible.
This is awesome. Wow.
So when this was a bank, this would have been the main center of business in this building.
I love it. I can't stop looking at the ceiling. It makes me think of a hacienda a little bit.
You wanted some history. This place has stories to tell.
This really resonates with me.
I absolutely love it.
Before I show you the space where you'll say I do here, I want to show you one extra little fun aspect, okay?
Okay.
This is the bank vault.
Oh my God.
Come on in.
Doesn't even look real.
Look
Okay.
how big this is. Oh
I
my
know.
God.
Come and stand in here and imagine
Okay.
your wedding photos happening in this archway and in this space.
That is very
Very unique.
unique. I always envisioned my wedding photos being outside. Is there anywhere outdoors to take pictures on this property?
Not right on the property. So the caveat is, if you have your wedding here, you would have to book a permit to have outdoor photos taken in one of the beautiful surrounding parks or public spaces.
I think this spot is amazing. It's unique. You would never picture us having wedding photos here.
It is fun though, you have to admit.
It is authentic, and I like that.
I haven't yet shown you where you would say I do, so let's go see that.
Okay.
This is the Austin Gallery.
Okay.
This would have been the executive offices, this open space, that would have been populated by the secretaries.
I don't know if this room screams romance to me. I mean, it looks like a bunch of offices.
It was a bunch of offices, and whatever romance was happening here was probably with the secretaries and the banking executives.
Honestly, I feel like
Yes.
it's so dark.
I feel it's a little bit more bland.
Acknowledged. For your 180-person guest list, this is the only other room where you could have the ceremony.
Okay.
It definitely needs to be transformed, but let me show you what that could actually look like. A long white runner and white chairs instantly brighten up the room.
I love it.
String lights hanging from the balconies and trees throughout the whole room bring the outdoors in, creating a lush, almost garden-like environment.
I can definitely picture getting married here.
I can too.
With decor, you could make this dark and moody space a wonderland of wedding bliss.
So it does look beautiful, but that seems like it's a lot of work.
Yes, I agree.
Although the venue does provide wedding specialists, you're gonna want a professional wedding planner, so don't get too hung up on all the things you're gonna have to do. Of your $80,000 budget, including food, drink, and everything we talked about, we're looking at $50,000.
Cheaper than I thought.
Yeah, but remember, we still have the decor that we need to bring outside and the wedding planner, so that's an added cost.
And the hotel provides a discounted rate for blocks of rooms for your out-of-town guests.
Sweet.
A lot of pluses.
And now I can't believe we have a third one. Oh my God.
The next time we see each other, yet another venue. Today, I'm taking Maria and Nato to check out the Fermenting Cellar in Toronto's famous distillery district, one of the best preserved and historic areas of the entire city.
I love this area.
The distillery district is this magical little pocket of Victorian-era buildings that were once an actual distillery.
Oh, Tommy, hi.
Hi, you two.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
This is the Distillery District, one of the most famous locations in our city, one of the most visited tourist attractions we have here.
We've come here a lot in the past.
This place has it all. Just adjacent to downtown, hotels all around the place, and of course, incredible history.
Yes, this is very us.
I've saved this for the very last because they needed you to trust me by now.
Did he just tell us to trust him? There is a catch here. I want to know what it is.
This venue is going to require a little bit of imagination on your part.
Okay.
The wonderful thing about this venue, you get access to the entire complex for your photos.
Wow.
I know how important the outdoors is to you, Maria. All right, come on. So this is one of my favorite corridors, and
Look at
you
that.
see this art installation. Isn't this great?
That's so cute. We can do that on the day of our wedding.
So let's continue.
It's our favorite
Tommy, you're
restaurant.
bringing us to my favorite spot.
I knew you had been here before.
Many a times.
One of the most beloved Mexican restaurants in the city. Late night tacos can actually be catered by El Catrin.
You're kidding me.
It's a little bit of Mexican flavor for your late night experience.
Authentic Mexican flavor.
So we've checked off a couple of boxes so far.
Check.
Let's continue the tour.
Okay.
You said you trusted me, right?
I trust you.
Okay, let's do it. Come all the way in, follow me all the way down.
Interesting.
Oh, now I get why Tommy warned us.
We're standing in a building that dates to 1861. What you're standing in is 7,500 square feet of raw industrial space with 35-foot ceilings. This is where the whiskey and the liquor would ferment before going further into production. So, Maria, for history, this is the place. Come on, guys. What's with these expressions?
I honestly can't picture it. I can't.
You see peeling paint, I see history. Right in front of us here is where I see your ceremony happening.
I'm gonna need a little bit of help with that, but I like the walls. I do like the windows.
Yes, you could have a bar and a dance floor here, and then this space could be where your reception is.
Okay.
Let me show you what your wedding could look like in this space.
Okay.
Okay.
The reception area will be hidden from your guests until after the ceremony.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Your head table is the focal point of the room.
It is definitely unrecognizable.
Striking flower beds with lanterns dropped from the ceiling and define each dining area.
So nice. I
Wow,
love
what
that.
a difference.
And remember that raw ceremony space just across the dance floor? On the day, you'll exchange vows in front of a beautiful lit altar filled with lush florals in this historic space.
Oh,
It
wow,
looks
what a
gorgeous.
difference.
Okay,
I can really see that happening now. With the flowers, with long tables. I love it.
It looks like a villa in Tuscany. We're at a
does.
winery.
Yes, it does.
and I'm really glad that I saved this one for last because we needed to establish a little trust
Yes.
before
Yes.
you two saw this space.
If we would have visited this alone, I think that would have been a no-no for both of us.
It looks beautiful, but that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, we are going to need a lot of help.
Yes. This place has experts, and you might not even need a wedding planner. They're that good. Food and beverage, all done in-house. Basic rentals, all available within the package. Of your $80,000 budget, this venue and what's included with it comes at about $50,000.
Okay.
So guys, the distillery. Amazing tourist destination, central location, beautiful history.
I'm surprised by how much I love this space now.
On that note, I'm gonna let you go because the next time the three of us are together is decision time.
Oh my God, it's gonna be so hard.
Okay, let's go. Today, I'm finally going to find out where Maria and Nato are gonna get married. I've shown them three incredibly special and distinct venues. Which one will they choose? I don't know. Okay, you two, how have the last couple of days been?
We've had some pretty serious deliberations.
I just wish we could blend all three and make one venue out of it.
So do I, Maria, but I'm not a magician. First, I took you to Hacienda Saria.
I could not believe when you said the word hacienda.
Now, Hacienda Saria is an oasis, but it's an oasis in the middle of an industrial park.
It was hard for me to get over the buildings that were so industrial, the trailer trucks driving by. But once I got in the building, honestly, I could not believe my eyes. It truly reminded me of my childhood.
One bonus of the Hacienda is that everything is in-house.
Which kind of takes the pain of the commute out of it a little bit. The next location I took you to was One King West.
When we saw that we were right in the city, I'm like, yes.
Hotel above us doesn't get any better than that.
Maria, I know that you weren't sold on the ceremony location.
The romantic aspect of it wasn't really there. But once I saw what could happen, then I was able to say, okay, this is a place where I could have my ceremony in. Ultimately, not having an outdoor space was the main compromise for this one.
But there is the vault. Photos online, it looks spectacular.
Our last stop was the fermenting cellar.
I think our guests would absolutely love going to a wedding inside this distillery district.
That was almost like the best of both worlds. We had the outdoors, we had the history, and we also had the proximity to the city. I was hesitant when I walked into that room, but once you showed us how the place can be transformed and how beautiful it can look with the greenery, the Spanish lanterns, I was definitely sold on it.
And the in-house team of experts would help you to pull all that together.
But it's still hard for me to picture getting married at a place that is so industrial.
It's a factory.
It is.
Okay, you two, have you decided where you're gonna say I do?
We have.
So, here's to saying I do.
Cheers.